Good evening, sir. Ajay, sir.
Good evening, very good evening.
Very good evening, sir. Uh, Good evening to one and all gathered here for this Atal sponsored 6-day online FTP on next generation medical automation, the roles of AI and IoMT in transforming healthcare systems. I once again welcomes all the participants for the 6 days FTP program. Yura, sir. We will, yeah. I welcome all the participants for this FTP. I request all the participants to turn on your camera for the photo session, for today's photo session. I request all the participants to turn on the camera. Once again, I am repeating that. I request all the participants to turn on your cameras. Thanks to all the participants to turn on the cameras. Yeah, today we are going to see the resource person, Mr. Ajay Kotra, founder and CEO, Innovative Skill, Chandigarh. I request Dr. T. Yoraja.
Good evening to all the participants. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's eminent resource person, Mr. Ajay Godra, founder and CEO, Innovate Skill, Chandigarh. He also serving as an innovator and mentor of change with Niti Aayog, Government of India. Mr. Ajay Gotra completed his BTech in Mechanical Engineering from Kurukshetra University in 2012 and completed his ME in Manufacturing Engineering from Punjab University in 2016. He has a 12 years of professional experience with a key expertise in robotics, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and drone technology. He also having patent in the renewable energy sector. Mr. Godra has delivered over 1,000 expert talks on various national and international platforms. He has conducted more than 500 expert sessions in faculty development programs at the National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, NITTR, Chandigarh. He has also made a significant contributions to the Atal academic programs organized by the All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi. Through his extensive training experience, he has successfully trained over 30,000 students in cutting edge and emerging technologies, inspiring the next generation of innovators. He is also a DGCA certified drone pilot, adding a strong regulatory and technical edge to his expertise in aerial and drone technology. We are truly privileged to have such an accomplished innovator and educator with us today. We warmly welcoming Mr. Ajay Gotra to deliver his session. Please, sir.
Thank you so much for very warm introductions. So, very good evening to all the participants over here. So, today we are going to talk about very interesting topic, that is how we can deploy any kind of IoT solution in the biomedical devices, medical devices, and in the healthcare domain also. So, whenever we have to deployment in the IoT application, like some application we are building in the real time, so what are the things that is required, and what are the different layer of that IoT of medical devices, that also we are going to talk. So let's get started. So first of all, quickly, I'm just going to share with you about the IoT, and then after that, I'm going to move ahead with the more application of the IoT in the domain of healthcare. Then we are going to talk about the development of IoT applications, that how we can do that one, that also we are going to discuss.
Recording in progress.
So first of all, when we talk about Internet of Things, what exactly it is? So when we talk about IoT, it means Internet of connected devices. And from that IoT, one more term that is being introduced, that is IoT of medical devices and IoT of healthcare devices, that we can call it. So when we talk about IoT, it means things those are connected with the internet, and when we talk about the things, those are specific in term of medical domain. So then we are going to call it medical things devices. So when we talk about the impact, that is very huge impact of technology, like when we talk about IoT, so like these are the past industrial revolutions. So IoT is playing a very big role in the term of industrial revolution. So this one is a industrial revolution that is currently going on, that is industry 4.0. And now we are talking about industry 5.0. In the industry 5.0, there is a major like when we talk about transformation from the industry 4.0, that is the human engagement in the machines, human interaction with the machine, how we can make it more convenient, how robot can be integrated with the human being. So human being can work together with the machines, with the robot, with the technology. So that is the main synchronization in the industry 5.0, that is now in these days talk of the town. So when we talk about industry 4.0, what are the major component in industry 4.0? We are seeing those technology in front of our eyes, but that started 5 year back when we talk about industry 5.0, 4.0. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, sensors, big data, 3D printing, software as a algorithm, and then after that we are going to talk about IoT. So IoT is one of the major component in this domain when we talk about it. So when we talk about a specific IoT domain, and then after that integration of the sensor, and when we talk about the sensor, so there are some meaning is being get changed when we talk about IoT of medical devices. So in that particular application domain, we are going to change the sensor. Those sensor going to perform some medical applications, like when we talk about healthcare monitoring. So for that, the concept of IoT will be same. Only the sensor parameter is being get changed. Sensor deployment is being get changed. So that we have to understand. Then after that, whatever data we are going to capture from the healthcare, from the sensor, that is being get transformed for some useful healthcare application. Like some data we are processing. In the data processing, we are going to implement some algorithm over there, and then out of that, we are going to get some meaningful outcome out of that. Like when we talk about any kind of disease identification, now in these days a lot of things going on in that particular domain, like a lot of mobile app is being designed in that domain. You are just going to capture the image of the x-ray, and then after that whatever disease you are having, based on the x-ray, that x-ray is being get scanned, and based on machine learning algorithm, so you are going to get identified by disease and infection whatsoever is going on based on the x-ray. And when we are going to talk about together the integration of doctors and technology, we are going to get more outcome out of that, more accuracy we can get in the system. So that is the importance of the technology driven things. Like with the technology, we can get benefit in the society in terms of human upliftment, that also can be carried out using that one. So when we talk about Industry 4.0, so in an Industry 4.0, these are the major component, and IoT is one of the major component, because all those devices are get connected together. Because earlier we were talking about the robotics and automations, but in the IoT integration, so all the devices get connected with the cloud, and the accessibility of all the machines, devices, that become very easy. Because now in this day, internet is everywhere, and the speed of the internet is also very good. In more connectivity day by day, that we are improving it. Like we are talking about 6G, 7G, 8G, and more communication is being going on in a faster rate in the coming days, that we are going to find it. So when we talk about in the coming days, like this one is a just small animation to showcase that, so that you can understand what can be happen in the coming days. You can visualize it. Like as we are going to get dressed fully automatic. So in the coming days, might be you have seen a lot of advancement going on in the medical domain also, like robot-based operations that also going on now in this day, robot-based surgery and all that. And in the coming day, you are going to find more advancement in that particular domain, in the domain of medical devices, medical, and in the healthcare. So a lot of drastically change is going on over there in that particular domain. So we have to understand it. Why that is important to understand for like engineers to understand in that particular domain. Like when we talk about the medical domain, that is totally different. So maximum time we are not aware about those kind of terminology, those kind of machine that is being used over there. But we know about the technology point of view, like any computer science engineer know about the coding and what is algorithm that is being get deployed. But when we talk about the deployment of that algorithm in the biomedical domain, that is very interesting, because a lot of drastically change can be done in that particular domain using technology intervention. That is highly needed now in this day, because we have suffered the COVID era. So in that COVID era, a lot of integration of IoT was needed at that time, and we were missing that technology intervention in that particular domain. But a lot of intervention were there, but not as much as needed at that particular time. So when we talk about Internet of Things, so three major things we are talking about it. One is the sensor and actuator, then the connectivity, and after that people and processes. That how the different people and process and some application we are going to build it using those sensors and those connectivity devices. So when we talk about the different sensors, these are some common sensors. So out of that, some of the sensor we can use it for devices for medical application, medical domain. So like when we talk about acoustics, sound, vibrations, and when we talk about EEG signal, ECG signal, and all that, we can acquire it using sensor, and based on that we can put our algorithm, and based on that we can predict something, and based on that we can prescribe some medication and all that. That also can be done in that domain. Because some one of the major challenge now in these days in the medical domain is that is the diagnose. If the diagnose can go in a wrong direction, so whatever treatment we are going to do, that will be useless. So that is very important, that how we are going to diagnose any disease using the technology intervention, using the IoT integration with the things. Because when we talk about a simple example that I'm just sharing with you in the current scenario in the India, because in the rural area there is limited medical facilities. Like if any patient is required any kind of expert advice, expert doctor advice, so that is not feasible now in this day, because they have to go to the city hospital. Sometimes that is far away, 50 kilometer, 100 kilometer. And when we talk about some good doctors, those are available in the medical hospital, like sorry, in a private hospital. So it's very difficult to access for a common man, for a poor man. But using technology intervention, we are going to provide the all the health data of that particular patient from the remote location to the doctors. So doctor can access those data from the remote location. Currently the doctor is sitting in the hospital, and currently doctor is not having any kind of job assigned in that particular hospital due to the idle time. So during that time, that doctor can access all the parameter of that particular patient, like when we talk about heart rate, when we talk about temperatures, blood pressure and all that. Based on that, the diagnose can be done easily, so that any local doctor that is sitting near to that patient, they can prescribe proper medication, so that patient life can be get saved. So critical disease, those kind of technology intervention playing very very important role. Like just one example, I'm just sharing with you. Like if some person, healthy person, got a heart attack. So in the local area or rural area, sometimes those facilities are not available, and so we can take advice using the technology. We can use some kind of we can build some kind of solutions, some machines with the help of that can be get diagnosed early, and early medication can be done, or early first aid also can be done based on those kind of devices. So those kind of mobile app also can be built. It many apps are available, but still there is a lot of scope in the India, because when we talk about a populated country, so there is a huge requirement of healthcare, good healthcare. People want to pay for their health, but sometimes we are not getting those facilities. So how we can get it using technology inventions, that is very important, because whenever we are going to integrate the technology, that solution become cost effective. Healthcare can become cost effective using that one. So that is very important now in these days. Like one more things that I observed recent days, like whenever we were purchasing any kind of allopathic medicine from the medical store earlier, so earlier we were getting whatever medicines, we have to take it in the print rate pricing. But now in these days, using a lot of uh, online platform, those are providing subsidized or in term of discounted price on those medicines. So based on that, we are demanding now in these days from the local medical store also, give us the discount. This one is the print rate, so those are very cheap, those medications are, and you are charging too much high. That is one example that I'm just sharing with you, the technology driven technology intervention. In the same way, like when we talk about the treatment also, so over there also, if there will be a medical intervention, or there will be a technology intervention in the medical domain, so that can also be very very effective in the coming days. So there are different sensors can be used for different applications. These are some common sensors. So when we talk about the third thing, that is the connectivity. Second thing, that is the connectivity. That how we are going to connect different devices, different machines with the cloud. So there are different way of connectivity. Like sometimes we don't need to connect via cloud. Directly we have to connect it, like just now in these days we are using UPI payment services. So we are going to do the transaction from the mobile phone. Mobile phone having internet access. So we have to retrieve the information from that customer, from that service provider. So what we have to do, we have to scan the QR code. From the QR code, we are getting the information that is being get scanned using QR barcode, and based on that we are going to do the transaction and all that. In the same way, in the medical domain also, like whenever we are building any device, sometime we have to scan the information, whenever we have to do the identity of patients. What we have to do whenever we are going in a medical hospital, so what we have to do, we have to give the report card, or we have to give the that admission card, or whatever we are going to call it. Based on that, doctor going to prescribe something on that particular card, and next time we have to bring it back. So what can be done? So there can be any QR code that can be get printed, on the body. And like when we talk about tattoo and like that way, in the QR code format. So whenever we are going to the doctor just scanning that QR code, and based on that, all the history of their medical can be get retrieved. So that can be done now. There is a lot of technology driven companies in the domain of biomedical devices. So those are working in that domain also, building the solutions. So if those kind of technology come in the rural area, that will bring a lot of revolution in that particular domain in the healthcare sector. So that is one application in that domain. In the same way, like when we are going to connect it using a different mode of connectivity, these are like if there is no internet available in the rural area, what can be done? So there are NFC, RFID tag that we have discussed. NFC is similar to that one. Then there is a different technology like LoRaWAN, Zigbee that also can be used for long range communication, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, because in the hospital, 10 kilometer range from anywhere we can access the data of the patients based on the scanning or something we want to access it based on the that technology driven connectivity, that is LoRaWAN, Zigbee, there are different protocol that can be used. Then after that, Wi-Fi, then the LTE cellular network that we are using in the smartphone, using Wi-Fi. Without internet also, we can transmit data up to 100 meter, but with the internet, we can transfer data from any remote location. What kind of data? The data I'm talking about, the health data. Health data, based on that, we can do a lot of predictions. So, like these are some more applications that I also I'm going to discuss later on, like connecting sensor connectivity and some people and processes. We are going to build up some more application like activity tracker. So when we talk about the activity tracker, we are going to monitor heart rate. Then after that, we are going to monitor the calories that we have burned out. Because now in this day, we are very health conscious, and a lot of advice are available because a lot of free advice are available now in these on the social platform like Insta and all that. Like you have to eat this one, these things, you have to eat these things, your guts health, and many more things is being discussed in the social platform. So how we are going to maintain our health, how we are going to maintain like your daily routine activity, your exercise, so each and everything is being get monitored using activity tracker. So that is very important. So when we talk about IoT application, plenty of application is there. But today I'm going to talk about important, that is health body, that is healthcare domain. So in the healthcare domain, so what we can do patient caring, patient monitoring, any kind of elderly monitoring also. That concept is not in the India, elderly care monitoring, but in the US and European countries, there is a very serious concern about elderly peoples. So their health is major concern. So over there, those devices, machines being get deployed, and their health is being diagnosed from the remote locations. So that is also very important. And then after that, equipment monitoring also, like all the equipment, if there is any equipment, just suppose any equipment and that is being used for any kind of uh, serious surgery. So if the equipment get damaged and we don't know about their health, so what can happen, that complete operation can be get stopped due to small equipment. So we have to monitor their health also, so that we can avoid any kind of accident or any kind of failure of the machine. Then the hospital hygiene is also major concern. Based on those sensors devices, we can monitor that one and we can maintain hygiene. Then after that, wearable devices, using that, definitely wearable device, now in these days everyone know about those wearable devices. We can monitor each and every parameter of the body. Then the food sensors, based on that we can monitor the food also, like food quality also, that is also important concern. And one more thing that I want, like when we talk about in the food care and health safety, so we can build some machines, some portable machine. With the help of that, we can check the quality of the food also. That is major concern now in these days in the country. How? Like when we are going to purchase the milk from the market, we can check this one is pure or not. There should be some machine, some device we can make it. With the help of that, we can check the quality of that. We are purchasing the paneer from the market, so we can check the quality of that one. That is it healthy or not. So a lot of unhealthy things we are eating from the market unknowingly, because we don't know about their quality. So some devices, machine portable devices can be made. That is the scope I'm just sharing with you. That is a new idea that currently I just quoted. Definitely I will also share with my team, so that they can start working in building those kind of devices. So like all the institutions, they can also work, like whenever they have to assign the projects to the student. So if they are going to assign some projects, those are highly needed in the society, and if they are trying to build something and they get succeed, so that can be a one entrepreneurship unit in that particular domain, and one device can get patented also in that domain. So that is highly needed now in these days, like populated country like India. Then the building infrastructures, because many news daily I used to heard that a lot of mixing going on in the milk, and like when we talk about healthy, or when we talk about good brands also, their sample got fail. Like recently we got one of the company sample got fail. Their ghee sample is being get failed, so I'm not going to call any company name, just I'm just sharing with you. A lot of trusty brand, we can't believe in on them. So there should be some sampling device, sampling machine. With the help of that we can check it. That is just an idea. Okay, so now we are going to move ahead when we talk about healthcare domain. So there are different application, different use case of IoT, of medical devices, medical equipment. So when we talk about like different health domain, like mental health care, then the telemedicines, then the remote patient monitoring. So like this, there is a plenty of scope over there in that particular domain. So how we can integrate those kind of things, that is very important. So now you can see telehealth, then telemedicine, mental health. There is a lot of work is going on. Like when we are going to listen any music, so what kind of music we are listening? If the music, which one going to relax your health? Like if you are in the mental pressure, and if you are having any kind of hypertension, if you are going to listen any kind of specific music, so you are going to get relaxed. So any kind of anxiety, that can also be get removed using the music. So what kind of mental health can be get monitored using the medical devices? So that is very very important. So that e-health, we can talk in the coming days, that is e-health. So when we talk about importance of the sensors, so that is also very important thing. Like different sensors are available in the market. Like when we talk about when we talk about any trans receiver, implantable trans receiver, based on that we can monitor the heart activity from the remotely. And then any kind of unevenness is there, like for heart patients, so that also can be get monitored using that one. So smartphone based ECG transmission also, like if any machines, whatever we are going to monitor the things, like if that is deployed on the patient, so their data is being get fetched on the smartphone. So those things are highly needed. Like recently I have seen one uh, important technology intervention in the China, that when we talk about when we are using toilet over there in the China, those toilet are so much smart. Like from one we are using toilet over there, from the urine, no need to take the sample of the urine based on particular toilet. So all the health is being get scanned, your urine sample is being get collected, and all the your health record, and all your health based on that urine sample, your health is being get diagnosed, and all the information is being get shared in the mobile app. Just we have to pay very small amount, because now in these days the testing industry is also very wide in the country. So those kind of intervention based some equipment we are integrating with the machine, with the daily routine activity. So those are very very important, because when we are going for a medical unit, and we have to give the different sample of blood sample, urine sample. So a lot of time that will take like 1 day 2 day, then after that we are getting report and all that. But in that particular toilet, we are getting immediately that report. Those are healthy, they can also do the testing of their urine. So those kind of highly medical devices, we have to make it, those are integrated with the IoT, and those should be very cost effective also, and those solution is scalable also. Those kind of solutions are very very scalable. when we talk about country in India. So that is very important intervention that is highly needed now in these days. Smartwatch, over there we are going to monitor all the calories we have burned out and many more data. Those we can access it, we can process it. Based on that, we can track all the activity of the health. And like sound sleep, we have taken it throughout the night, that also can be get monitored. So everyone now in these days, those are familiar about those gadgets. No need to discuss more about those gadgets, but similar way we have to make those devices more smart. Like if any person is having a symptom of heart attack, so early warning system should also be integrated on those kind of gadgets. So based on the heart rate and based on the routine activity, if there is any one activity, so that can be get informed to you immediately, and also being get navigated to you to the nearest hospital, so that in emergency you can take any kind of medication that is needed. So this one is also one more application like smart e-bottles and e-pouches. So like smart bottles, pills bottle that we can talk it, and in the same way that is now in these day one more idea. Might be that product is available or not in the market. I have not seen, but you can check it out. Like smart water bottle. So in the water bottle, what you can do, you can fix some alarm over there in the water bottle. Not I'm talking about any smartphone or any smart watch alarm. In the smart bottle, you can set the routine of like after 30 minutes. Reminder you can set it after 30 minutes. You have to drink the water. So after 30 minutes, if you are not going to drink the water, the water bottle will give you alarm. So those kind of things also can be get integrated in same way. This one is a smart pill bottle. So in the routine activity, if you have not taken that particular dose, so that dose reminder also can be get added over there, and that information is going to the doctor also. So that if you have like doctor given some prescription and you are not taking medicines properly, so it is very difficult for the doctors to diagnose any kind of disease. Is that dose is effective or not? That is happen like everyone. We also, I also do sometime, like if doctor is giving course for 3 days, I'm just taking medicine for 1 and 2 days, and after that sometime I forgot also that routine, and sometime I one day I'm getting not getting some results, so I get drop those particular dose and then go to the doctor that is not working. So but doctor don't know, na doctor have given course of 3 days, only after that he can predict something. So if those things are get integrated, like doctor giving you something and that is connected with the IoT, and the one that is get connected with the doctor, then only you will able to take that medications. So that is very effective, and like fully closed loop solutions can be get built it over there. So that can be get done in the coming days. Any kind of chronic disease management also. So any kind of symptoms we having, that also can be like an headache, version on looking at light and all that way. So that also can be get monitored, and based on that some advice also can be get given. So that also can be done based on the requirement. Then after that, you can see like wellness and lifestyle monitoring. So all the health activity that is available health band now in these days. So no need to discuss that one. Then the medical smartphone. So medical smartphone mean a one device that can do all kind of working. Like today, I have done one experiment of thermal camera that I have attached with the smartphone. Using that thermal camera, what we can do, we can monitor the temperature of body at different points. Like when we talk about the forehead, when we talk about different chakras in the bodies, so their temperature we can monitor it. Like if any body part is not healthy and their temperature is uneven, so that we can monitor it using thermal camera also, and that can be get synchronized with the smartphone. So a lot of devices, lot of machine now in these days that can be compatible with the smartphone, and based on that, we can monitor any patients in any remote locations. That is important. Portable devices like stethoscope. So using that portable stethoscope, like whatever things the doctor is monitoring, we can access their data in the mobile phone also, so that what is the advantage of that? Sometime what is happening, a doctor giving any prescriptions, so how we are going to judge that prescription is correct or not? So we are getting all the data in the devices, and based on that we are getting the predictions, and we are going to analyze that this one is my predictions of the data, and this one is doctor prediction. That is matching. It means doctor is giving good prescriptions, and that is for doctor also. Doctor also going to get learn out of that, that whatever prescription I have given, that is matching with the machine or not. What is error over there? Is that error in the doctor decision, or doctor diagnose, or that machine diagnose? So that can be get corrected again. So like ECG also can be get done using the smartphone camera. Yes, this one is the camera that you can see over here, like this way. So then after that, EEG also that can be get monitored. Then otoscope over there. Then the different scope, different camera you can use, like thermal camera. Then imaging, OSG, echo also can be get monitor. Patient monitoring, communication add with the device manufacturer. So that also can be done in that particular domain. That is very, very important now in this day, connecting with the smartphone, because smartphone is connected with the internet. So whatever data we are going to fetch it, that can be get synchronized with cloud, and that can be get access from anywhere, from any remote location. That is very, very important to understand. Then the remote monitoring. So using like we can use like any kind of pill camera. Based on that, we can detect, we can diagnose implantable trans receiver, and Internet of Things physician. So in that way, we can monitor from any remote location also. So that is also very important now in these days. So like when we talk about the traditional journey, patient journey, and how we can make it more smarter, like any kind of patient experience symptom, and then after that, when we are going to talk about uh, how the doctor is going to take decision, based on that any treatment is being at plan. But now in these days, using technology intervention, those kind of waiting and all that can get removed, because when we are going for any kind of treatment in the hospital, a lot of waiting is over there. That is very sometime it take a lot of time to be get diagnosed. Maximum time what is happening, when we are going to diagnose any disease, like when we talk about the cancer or any kind of deadly disease, so until diagnosed, that stage of that disease is being get increased, get upgraded, and that is become in the stage of uncurable. So that is also major concern now in this day, because that is the delay in the diagnose. Then after that, when we talk about the treatment, sometimes the treatment is very costly. If that diagnosis is being get took place early, so that treatment also get cost get reduced. So then after that, after treatment also, that is also very important, that how the patient care is being taken. So that is also very important, with the help of that, like when operation took place, so how the patient is being get monitored. If there is IoT devices, so that doctor can release the patient with the devices and health band, so that doctor can monitor all the health of that particular patient from the remote locations, so that any kind of uneven is happening, so again they can call, or doctor can go there in that way. So a lot of cost can be get saved over there in that particular things. So there is a four layer of IoT of medical devices in the healthcare model. So when we talk about like services layer, like ambulance, then the patient level, then the emergency team, hospital, doctor, nurse, then the internet level, all the data we are going to send it to the cloud, network layer, different like mode of connectivity, we are going to send the data. Then after that, sensor level. In the sensor layer, we are going to acquire sensor data using different sensors. So that is the sensor layer. So a lot of things we can achieve it using that one, like true patient orientation, like any kind of information we have to collect it, so that we can get it, and seamless care also can be done in that particular domain. And then after that, right treatment we can get it on the right patient, and we can save the time of doctor also and patient also, and regularly we can monitor it, and reliability also can be get increased. Now in these days, there is no definition of a good doctor in India. So when we are going to get some recommendation based on that, we are going to that particular doctor, and sometime there is chances of human error is there. So how we are going to tackle those kind of things, that is very important challenge. So a lot of concern and challenge also over there, like security and privacy, and like if you are going to share your data, so how much the data is secure, how your privacy is being get maintained. So healthcare reform and some mandate is also required in the India. So that the data security is very important concern that also being discussed, and a lot of debate is going on in that particular domain also. Technology adaptation also, sometimes doctor not adopting those technology because they are having fear that if the technology is being driven, so there is no need of doctors and all that, machines will diagnose all the disease. Who is going to take care about the doctor? Sometimes doctors going to prescribe some costly treatment also. So how you are going to identify, because the patient don't know about their alternate, but using the technology we can find that one also. So there is a lot of concern about the adaptation of the technology also, that is very important. There are some healthcare industry concern also, that is cyber security, because all the data that is being get shared with you, that should be get secured. And when we talk about the currently they are whatever they are selling it, so there is a risk that the market is being become volatile, how they are going to tackle it. So hospital like IT struggle to manage IoT medical devices, so a lot of challenges there, because those are not technology driven peoples, they are concerned about the services. So how we are going to do it. So when we talk about patient care, so how the technology is imparting their role in that particular domain, like real time any kind of symptom monitoring that we can do it, and then after that personalized care plan, so that also can be done in the coming days. Like those are more solutions can be get upgraded, like any kind of remote patient monitoring that we have to do it. So lot of companies, a lot of startup going to come up in the coming days. Medical hospitals going to tie up with them, and they are going your home, and you are going to adopt their plan. Like now in this day, might we have seen a different plan of particular uh, diagnose or sampling companies. Like when we talk about specific company in the domain of doing different testing of the health. So many companies are there now in this day. I'm not recalling exactly the name. So those companies, what they are doing, you are going to take the package from those companies, like what test you want to do it, and they sending their employees to at your home for collecting the sample and sharing the report in the online mode. So in the same way, in the coming days, you are going to find the personalized care plan, and all the health care is being done at your home also. That also can be done in the coming days, you are going to find it. Then after that, medications management also, like automatic dispensing, dosage reminder that we have discussed, real-time drug interaction monitoring also, that is also is being done. A lot of potential risk can be get avoided in that medical medication safety also. Optimizing hospital operations also, like sometimes there are a lot of asset tracking, like recently we have faced about the oxygen shortage and all that. Sometime faulty oxygen is coming over there, a lot of casualty get took place. So how we are going to monitor all those kind of asset that can be get tracked using the tag, then real time locations and automatic workflow management also can be done. Sometime what is happening that ambulance management is also not properly took place. So how that can be done, so that timely ambulance can reach at that particular location. So enabling remote patient monitoring, that also can be done. So wearable devices, data transmission, real-time insights. So any kind of chronic disease management, whenever we have to do it, so that also can be done using based on the data. So this one is very important, like improving diagnostic and imaging capability. Using the image data, like if you're having a CT scan data, based on the imaging data, what can be done? You can diagnose the patient. That is the beauty of those kind of technology driven things. Like if anyone is having a data of CT scan. So based on that, we have to diagnose the tumor. That also can be get diagnosed. Based on the X-ray, if there is any kind of other kind of disease, that can be also get diagnosed. So portable imaging devices also can be made using that. The diagnose can be done using mobile app. So that kind of intervention, that kind of devices we have to make it. So real-time image analysis can be done. Enhanced image quality also can be done. Sometimes we are not having a good quality image. How we are going to enhance that particular image? So when we talk about future of IoT in the healthcare, IoT in the medical devices, so artificial intelligence integrations, blockchain technology integrations, and virtual reality and augmented reality also that is being get integrated in that particular domain. So now when we talk about how we can build that kind of system, what are the things, what are the hardware is required, and what are the cloud that is required, that is similar with the IoT devices that is required. So now I'm just going to share with you that how we can build some devices using different tools. Those are available in the online mode and offline mode, and how we can connect different devices. So I'm just going to move ahead with the different tool. This one is a small video. Just watch it.
The demand for remote and in-home telehealth services has grown significantly. Hospitals, clinics, and other medical providers are requiring more telehealth device solutions to help limit the spread of infectious
This one is
diseases,
telemedicines, telehealth
to expand
devices.
coverage to medically underserved populations, and to significantly reduce costs. Also, many medications are starting to be administered at home by caregivers
Yes,
or by the
from the home
patients
that is being get
themselves.
monitored.
This makes electronic patient compliance a necessity, accurately manage medication therapy, and to offer legal protection for medical providers. Hospitals and clinics require more complex medical devices that not only offer advanced diagnostic and therapeutic capabilities, but also provide secure wired and wireless connectivity to cloud infrastructures. Microchip can help make your job easier and more profitable. We routinely engage in supporting our medical device clients, even with the toughest designs, such as FDA Class 3 devices, as well as helping them to meet ISO 13485, IEC 62304, and other international standards. If you are designing telehealth, connected clinical, or remote medication management devices, you will need to implement cybersecurity measures to prevent hackers from taking control of a medical device or accessing confidential medical data. The right hardware security elements in a medical design can mitigate your overall risk. Microchip offers many solutions, including on-chip secure boot, data encryption, and mutual authentication to make sure your device is communicating with only your authorized cloud partner. You will also have to face the complexity of designing the next generation of connected products to work seamlessly and securely in an advanced IoT service infrastructure. We simplify the complex task of integrating the products and services you need to connect your Internet of Medical Things design. For example, we offer certified development platforms for use with Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure IoT Cloud Services to help jumpstart your design. Partnering with Microchip on your next medical device design can help you decrease the complexity, reduce your development costs.
So like this one, we have discussed that different companies contributing in their chips and for building IoT solutions. So there are different clouds are available. So I'm just going to talk over here about the different clouds that can be used for monitoring purpose. First of all, like if you are going to build, going to design some mobile app, so how we can do that one and how we can deploy that one. So we are going to talk about one common device, common platform, that is remote access. Based on that, what you can do, you can build some mobile app platform and you can monitor some data and you can monitor and control some machine also from the remote locations, and based on that you can build some healthcare devices mobile app also. So this one is one example that I'm just sharing with you. With the help of that, you can build many devices. That is for beginners, and we can start immediately without knowing too much about this tool. So in this tool, what we are going to get it. So like you are going to get some elements over here in the left hand side, and based on the element, you can make your customized mobile app. Let it get open. So this one is a one tool that I'm just going to discuss with you. And for that, you require a hardware also, like we have discussed about a microchip, and there is plenty of hardware that is available in the market. Based on that, what you can do, you can deploy your machines, your sensors, and you can get data, and you can get shared data to the cloud. So this one is a basic cloud platform that I'm just discussing with you. Like whenever we are building any kind of healthcare solution real time for commercial application, we have to go to the specific cloud. Specific cloud mean those cloud are uh, secure and safe. So that we have to use it like Azure cloud. Then after that, some other clouds like AWS cloud. So those are some more secure cloud, and we have to take their subscription also for using their services. So that also we can use it. So over here, what we can do, we can design, customize mobile app. Let it get open. It get time. Okay, meanwhile, I'm just going to discuss with you another app, another tool that is cloud platform. That is the ThingSpeak. That is so much popular platform. So over there, what we can do, we can monitor all the machines data, all the health data that we can monitor it over there in that particular cloud. So what is needed, we are going to mount different sensor on the patient, and we are going to send data to the cloud using any device gadgets, and then after that we are going to send data to the cloud, and we are going to monitor it, and we can integrate with the MATLAB also. So using MATLAB integration, what can be done over there, we can process. So now you can see over here, like the different channels data, we can get it, all the data we can monitor it, and further also the data can be get processed. Like if you want to process the data further, that also can be done. Like these are the different air quality. In the same way, heart rate data we can monitor it, temperature, body temperature data also we can monitor. Any other kind of special data, oxygen rate data we want to monitor it, that also we can monitor it, and we can generate trigger and alert also over there based on the data. Like I'm just going to get it some open channel. So these are my channel. There are some channels, those are open also, publicly available also. And their data also we can check it out. If there is any data, which one is related to our use, public channels. In public channel, I'm just going to check. If any channel is available related to here healthcare, online patient health monitoring, you can see this one.
Dear participant, our resource person left out due to network issue. So please stay on the meeting itself. Very soon he will join.
Oh, sorry for inconvenience. There was some connectivity issue. So be with me. So we were discussing two cloud platform. So one was the Remote XY and another cloud platform that we were discussing that was Remote XY. So then second one is a ThinkSpeak. So how that can be helpful? So using that one, what we can do, we can build different applications. Like this one is a Remote XY platform. So in the Remote XY platform, what can be done? We can build customized mobile app like this way. Just drag and drop and anything we want to control it using smartphone. We can do it like any kind of time setting that we want to do it. And if anything we want to monitor, so that also we can use it over here, like any value we want to monitor it, any kind of graph, like any kind of health data in term of ECG, EEG in the graph format, that also we can monitor it. We want to turn on the machine, turn off the machine from the remote locations. That also can be done over there using that one. So that is very useful, and using that one, what we have to do, we have to do some basic setup like Bluetooth. So click on the Bluetooth, we can control, monitor the data using Bluetooth also, using IoT also like Wi-Fi or cloud. Wi-Fi, we have to do the setup, and after that, we can go ahead with the how we are going to connect with the module. So module, you can select it, and then Wi-Fi module. So this one is now ready. So what we are going to do that after the setup, we have to click on get source code, and you are going to monitor, like all the code will generate it automatically. If you don't know too much about the coding, then also you can build that platform and you can deploy it on the hardware. So how you can deploy it on the hardware, I'm just going to take one basic example. I'm just going to delete other things, only two buttons I'm going to take it. And based on that, we can monitor using this one any remote location devices we can monitor and we can control it using those two buttons. So I'm just going to connect those devices. So click on those devices, scroll down, and you are going to find snap to pin, which pin we want to control it. So I'm going to select 30 number pin from this push button. This one is a switch, on off switch. So I'm going to control pin. That is the pin in the hardware device that you are going to connect it. I'm going to connect right now Arduino and Wi-Fi module. Then we can get the source code, but few setup I'm going to do it. I'm just going to control it from the cloud. From the cloud, how we can do it? So Arduino Wi-Fi is required, then the cloud, then after that, we are able to control it. So then this one is the basic setup, we have done it. So then what next we have to do? We have to do connection setup in the software serial. You can make it hardware serial. Baud rate, that is by default 11520. We have to take it. This one is SSID, mean your Wi-Fi, your Arduino module will connect with the Wi-Fi with the available network. So that we have to set up it. So I'm just going to set up it to connect my available Wi-Fi so that it can connect it. This one is a secure token, so that your data is going on the cloud, that should be secured. So this setup only is required. Then after that, we have to click on get source code, and your code will be get generated. This code we have to copy it, because now in these days coding is not a tough task, because now using chat GPT and different AI tools, using that you can generate the code easily, but understanding the code is very important task. If that code is correct or not, we don't know. So might be in the coming days you can get more accuracy in the AI and all that, and your code will be get generated. No need to remember that code and all that. So after copying that code, what next we have to do? We have to go to your device. So you have to open the Arduino software. So I'm going to open that one. Yes. So I'm going to open Arduino software. In that Arduino software, what I'm going to do it, I'm going to paste that code, and then what we have to do, I have to deploy that code in the hardware. So I'm having that hardware. Hardware means Arduino plus Wi-Fi. That module I'm having. This one is Arduino plus Wi-Fi module in my hand. You can see in the camera. So this Arduino plus Wi-Fi module, and I'm having one sensor set also. In that, I can monitor different sensor data, and I can control 2, 3 LEDs also in that board. So this one is my board that I'm going to deploy it. Similar kind of board is required whenever we are going to deploy any kind of IoT applications for any kind of medical devices, medical things. So what is needed for that? I'm just going to connect that USB cable, and before that we have to paste our code in the Arduino. That I have pasted it, whatever code is generated, then connect it. So I just connected it, light get turned on, and my machine get connected. So now what next we have to do, I have to upload that code in my device. So the code I'm going to upload it. For that, I have to select the port. So different COM port is coming. So how I can check it out? We have to go to the device manager to check that which one COM port of my Arduino board is there, so that I can avoid any kind of error. So COM port, it is saying that COM19. That is my COM port for Arduino. Select COM19 and board, that is the Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno. So make it okay. So that setup I have done it. Now we have to use this upload button for uploading the code. It will verify the code and upload it. So it's saying that remote XY engine was not declared in this scope. Remote XY engine handler. So this one is a library that is required in this remote XY library. So what we have to do for this one? We have to update the library over here. So we have to go to the library segment, sketch, include library, and we can manage library. We can go there and we can search remote XY. Remote XY. This one is library, we can update it. So as we are going to update it, it will update all the basic necessity things over here. So now after that, we are going to verify it. Code is correct or not. If there is any error, we have to troubleshoot that one. If that is working fine, there is no error. So now code is working, you can upload it. So now I'm uploading this code. So this code is compiling, then uploading in my board. After uploading the code, I have to go to my mobile app. So uploading is done. So now what next we have to do? I'm just going to turn on my Wi-Fi in this board. There are some buttons that we have to make it on and off. And I'm going to connect the sensor shield. Why I'm connecting it? So that we can get the LEDs and all that is needed over here, that we have designed it. So now the setup I have done it. Now we have to go to that tool, that is remote XY, and you can see in the cloud, my tokens, and you can check that your device is connected or not with the cloud. That you can check it first, then you have to go to the mobile phone. So in the mobile phone, what you have to do, we have to check that device is working or not. So I'm going to move ahead. Okay, so what next I'm going to do it, I'm going to let it open, refresh it again to check the data. And then after that, what next step we have to do, we have to go to the mobile phone and we have to open mobile app from the Play Store, the name of remote XY. So the mobile phone, remote XY mobile, that's freely available. So this one is for the beginner, like we have to test it out that how that is working. So this one is mobile app. I just open it from the Play Store. It will look like this empty mobile app. So now what next we can, okay, my internet is slow. Let me check it out. So this one is one button we have connected. Here we have connected two buttons. Network speed, let me check it out. Net is working little bit slow. Yeah, that is okay. So let me open again that remote XY. The cloud is slow. Okay, now it is working. So I'm going to see my token. In my token, what I can get it, I can check that my device is connected or not. Now it is saying that your device is connected. So what next we have to do? We have to go to the Play Store and that mobile app that we have to open it and we have to click on plus button. So these options that we are going to get it mobile app, we have to connect it via cloud server. Cloud server, I have selected it. Then we have to click on connect. This token ID, we have to enter it from over here. This one is token ID that is given in the screen also, laptop screen, you can see it. And now this mobile app, whatever we have designed it, that is visible. Now button, and now you can see the hardware. So this one is my hardware. I'm using those buttons. And based on that, I'm just going to try to show you both things. Okay. So now what I'm going to do it, I'm going to press the button. So what you are going to observe it over here, that green LED, blue LED is being turned on. Blue LED is being turned on. Let me connect it again, connect it. So now this one you can see it. After connection, this one is switch off. Red color LED is turning on, off. On, you can see red LED is turning on, off. I think that is visible to everyone. Off. And in the same way, this one is a push button. When we are pressing that button, blue LED is turning on, releasing it, blue LED turning off. In the same way, both buttons are working from the smartphone. This mobile phone can go any far away, any from remote location because that is connected via IoT. So from any remote locations, we can access that data and we can control that. And this one is just controlling thing that I shared with you. In the same way, we can monitor it also. We can make a gadget which can monitor the health of the patient also. That is also very important thing that can be done using that one. So in the same way, this one is one tool that I just shared with you. Another tool that we can use it over here. That is the things that we have discussed. Things speak. So that is the advanced cloud. Over there, you can update any kind of data. So in the ThinkSpeak, there is a channels. So you are going to get some free channels, public channels. So I'm just going to search it on the healthcare domain. So you are going to find patient healthcare monitoring. So you can see the patient healthcare data, pulse rate, temperature, you can monitor it. And then after that, air quality also based on that, that synchronize AQI data also, and you can integrate with the MATLAB also, any MATLAB data you are going to integrate. And the data is publicly available, but healthcare data I have to maintain securely. So if there is no any public research, so we have to maintain secure. Healthcare monitoring, another data that is available. In the same way, you can send your data securely also. That option is also available over there. Rather than making it public access, you can make it secure also. So this one is temperature, pulse rate, you can see it. And then after that, you can make it some optimum conditions based on emergency conditions. You can make it and you can life expectancy. So you can expectations that you can add over there using the data 31 year or something like that based on the heart rate data, that also you can build it. What is normal heart rate? So that also based on that life also can be get predicted using that one. So that can be done using the another tool that I have discussed. So you can send the data to the cloud and that data can be get visualized in the MATLAB also. So you can use MATLAB visualizations. So using that one, you can build different code over there and you have to do login. Okay, let me log in over there. So this one, we are going to visualize it. So these are the different custom code you can add on, like create a 2D plot, whatever you want to do it. So anything plot, temperature, wind speed, X-ray, X-axis, Y-axis, something you want to visualize it using this one. So your MATLAB code will be get generated over here. And you can run that code also from this cloud also. No need to deploy it directly on the MATLAB. So that you can use it over there. That visualization, you can get it from this link. You can update anywhere you want to add that visualization using that link. So you can see your code is being generated, MATLAB script, and you can run that script also. So whatever data you are having in this cloud, based on that, you can run that one. So it is saying that MATLAB code ran successfully. So your code is working fine, and you can see the visualization of the MATLAB code also, that how that is working, like temperature, wind speed, whatever conditions we are going to make it, that you can check it also. Like for the advancement in the research that you can do over there using that one. So that means that also you can do it using this tool. This one is a MathWork tool, that ThinkSpeak, that can be used over there. Now I'm just talking about some tool, like if you are not having any hardware, how you can use any kind of online tool without having any hardware, how you can simulate that one. So there is another WorkV. Using that WorkV tool, what you can do, you can send data to the cloud also using this WorkV tool without having any kind of hardware also, because right now I just shared with you one hardware. Based on that, you can deploy any code over there. But using this tool, you can simulate devices over there directly without having any kind of hardware. So that also you can do it. So how that is working, let it get open that tool, WorkV tool. So in this WorkV tool, what we can get it, let it get open. So you are going to see your code over here in the left hand side. And then after that, whatever circuit you're going to make it, that you're going to find it in the right hand side. So let it get open. Okay, meanwhile, if any participant having any kind of queries, doubt, you can type in the chat box also, so that I can answer your queries. Meanwhile, that is opening. Okay, so let me open another one. So this one is a WorkV tool that is freely available, this tool. And over there, you can do the simulation also in a very simple way. So now you can see over here in the WorkV tool. So you can see this one code we are making it over here. This one is the hardware device. We can mount the sensor and we can send data to the cloud also. Like if we want to send this data to the cloud on the ThinkSpeak, how we can send it? So I'm just going to open ThinkSpeak and I'm going to open my channels. So in my channel, I can send data. So like any new channel I'm going to create it. That is very easy. So I'm going to make it IoT, Internet of Medical Things. Great. So in the same way, what we can do, different data we can collect it, multiple level we can add on, like heart rate we can add on over there. Heart rate, and we can add on temperature. And in the same way, multiple data we can enter it over there, and then we can save it, save channel. So you will able to send data to this channel. This one is to input we have taken it, to field we have taken it. Now what we have to do, we have to go to the API key, and this key we have to copy it. This key we have to copy it, and we are going to paste this key in the cloud, my API key, this one, and I'm going to paste it. This one is a channel number. Channel number also we can check it out. My channel number is this. This is channel ID. So this channel ID we have taken it, and this channel ID we have to enter it in the channel ID positions. All other code is same. So we are sending data using this channel. So then after that, what we have to do, we have to run the simulations, and it will be get like compiling project over there. Work we free plan, we are using it right now. So it takes some time to be get compiled. So server is currently busy. We have to wait for some time. And after that, we are going to see it will start sending data of the temperature and humidity data of this device. In the same way, temperature and heart rate data also, we have to mount the sensor of heart rate over here, and we will able to send it. The circuit will be almost same, only the connectivity will be little bit differ, and the data we can access it based on that. But all the logic, all the code for sending to the cloud, that will be same. So let it get compiled, so that after that we will able to see our, this one is option of private view and public view, that you can enable and disable as per your requirement. So currently there is no data. Currently we have not sent any data, but that is processing. Yet it will compile, as it will compile it, we will able to see data start going on to the cloud. So this one is another tool. This one is just for testing purpose, not for deployment applications. Another one is the very famous tool. With over there you can make basic sensors integrations. That is Tinkercad. So using that also you can build some devices. So some sensors are available over there that you can use it, and you can use same logic of the sensor, and based on that you can build your own applications. So I'm just going to sign up over there. So this one is very user friendly. I'm not going to discuss over here too much about the Tinkercad, because that is already too much popular. Might be you are aware about that one. I'm exposing it so that you can use it. Wait for a moment. I think there is a lot of security concern.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
So there is a query in the chat box.
Okay, I'm just going to.
Yeah, I need a details about which intrusion have the most vulnerability in IoMT environment.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
I need a detail about which intrusion have the most vulnerability in IoMT environment.
So when we talk about the vulnerability over there in that particular, so that is similar to the IoT, Internet of Things, about the machine and all that. Like when we are sending data to the cloud, so the data is not as secure. Like whatever things we are doing it, like now in these days we are doing internet based transaction also, that is also not secure. But somehow, like when we are going to get the accuracy of vulnerability over there, or like when we talk about the cyber security over there in that particular domain, so up to like 90% we can achieve the accuracy over there in those devices, but that depend upon the cloud services also. So one of the secure cloud platform now in these days, like when we talk about AWS cloud, that is very much secure for doing any kind of healthcare devices application whenever we are building it. Then after that, we talk about the IoT, that Azure cloud, so that also can be used. There are some Google cloud also, and Microsoft cloud also, already I have discussed with you. So there are 3 4 cloud commonly is being used for any kind of healthcare devices. But the major concern over there, like whenever we are going to connect the devices security, and then after that the protocol that we are going to use it. Like if we are going to use simple Bluetooth protocol, sometimes that is not as secure. When we talk about a open Wi-Fi, that is also not secure. So that depend upon the overall development of that application, who is developing and what is the security over there. So that we have to consider. Then only we can go ahead with the healthcare security of the data in the IoT of medical things. So the environment currently, when we talk about, there is no foolproof environment in the market that we can believe it, but a lot of work is going on those cloud, and we can consider those clouds are secure, because we are sending data of the machine on those cloud. but the healthcare data is more sensitive. So that is still going on those clouds, but might be in the coming days we can get more secure cloud over there. We can get more safety. Yeah, further also, if any participant having any kind of queries, kindly ask over here. I will be happy to answer your queries.
So again, one more question from the participant side. Which attacks are mostly happened there?
Currently, when we talk about attack and all that, currently that is in under development. I'm not saying directly that that is fully secure in the India and fully deployed solution. I didn't find anywhere in the India. Only few hospital they are using it, but partially they are using it, not fully. So currently those things are in under development phase. So a lot of work is going on, and a lot of work like when we talk about their usability, that is going on, but there is a no foolproof solution until, but in the coming days we can get it, then only we can share that what kind of attack is going on. Currently there is no big concern, but when we talk about there will be a plenty of healthcare devices, those are connected, then those concern will become like those kind of attack will start going on in that particular domain. So that time we have to take precaution regarding that. Currently there is no guideline also by the government regarding their data and their security. That is also currently in the under development phase. So we can't say right now in this point that yes, that kind of a specific attack that is going on and all that. Yes, please. Further also, if any participant having any further doubt and queries, so I'm just going to share with you my contact detail also in the chat box. Further also, you can feel free to contact me, and I will be happy to answer your queries. And right now also, you can mention your query in the chat box, or if you can unmute, that also you can do it.
Participant,
Yes, please.
you can mute yourself and then ask your queries to the resource person. Here, participant, you can able to unmute yourself. You can ask your queries with the resource person.
Because currently a lot of development is going on in that particular domain, and that is very interesting domain and upcoming domain in terms of a technology. So there is a huge scope of development. If anything we are developing it, we are working in that particular domain of security, and when we are working about the development of devices, there is a huge scope over there in that particular domain for the researcher, and as well as for the student, and as well as for faculty also.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
Myself, Nitin Lakshmi, sir. Actually, I'm a researcher. So I have asked the question about the intrusion detection. My research area is under cybersecurity, sir. Is it possible to detect the intrusion detection in IoMT environments, sir? So I didn't get the clear details, so that's why I'm asking this question again.
Yeah, I got it. So like when we talk about any kind of detect attack and all that, so currently like we talk about internet of things devices where we are using it for
Yeah,
industrial
yes.
application, the same process will be same as I have discussed over here. Only
Yeah.
the important thing is that the data we are fetching it, that is about the human being data. In internet of things we are fetching data of the machines. So thing is same, like whatever attack we have to do it in the current network protocol that we are using it, we can deploy over there our system and our security system, we can check it out. And same thing is being deployed with the IoT or Internet of Things for the medical devices. The process will be totally same.
Is it possible to implement an PhD level, sir?
Yes, that is possible. That is possible.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your
You're welcome.
kind response. Thank you, sir.
So one more question from the chat box. Why sensitivity and accuracy is mainly concerned in terms of security is concerned?
Yes, that is also very important topic that is being got asked over here. Like when we talk about the sensitivity and accuracy, that is very important. And when we talk about their sensor, there is also huge scope. Like when we talk about the sensor that we are going to use for biomedical applications, sometimes sensor are not available. We have to design, customize, and when we talk about their accuracy, that is also very important. But when we are going to talk about the reliability of that system, that we have to match with existing system. Just one example that I'm just sharing with you, like when we talk about the stethoscope. So stethoscope, the doctor going to use it about the specific company link or something like that. That is so much popular in that particular domain. Their accuracy is very good. So maximum doctor using that specific stethoscope. So similar kind of that accuracy we have to develop on those kind of devices when we are going to make it mobile based stethoscope, digital stethoscope. In the same way, like other data we are going to get it, so accuracy should be similar, whatever we are going to use in all the big machines, like when we talk about EEG machine, ECG machines, whatever accuracy we are getting it because that when we are sending data to the cloud, so we have to convert that data, we have to process that data. That can be done easily. That is not a big task. Going to sensor being used in the machines with the microcontroller. Then after that, how we can send the data? That is the important concern. That we can use those available sensors. The hospital means might be some network distraction was there. Yes, one more query came over here in the chat box that from where we can purchase all those sensors so easily. Now in these day markets are fully online. You can find out and you can explore it, and you can get those sensors easily from the market. Sometimes we are not getting those sensors, like when we talk about the medical devices sensors, those are directly not available in the market. So there are some vendors, so you can feel free to contact me. I will help you out to get those specific sensor from the vendor. Currently, those are very costly, but we can work in those that particular domain also. A lot of startup coming in that domain, so that we can get cost-effective solution in the domain of the sensor also. Yes, further also, if any participant having any kind of doubt, queries, so I will happy to answer your queries.
So any specific data collection site is that they are asking from the participants, sir?
Any specific? Can you repeat it?
Any specific data collection site is there?
No, there is no any specific. Yeah, there is no any specific site for data collections. So data collection can be done in your like laptop, computers, wherever you want to do it. But after that, you can send it to the any cloud. So plenty of cloud I shared with you, like AWS cloud, you can use it, and then ThinkSpeak cloud. So plenty of clouds are available. You
Sir,
can.
they are asking for ML training, like this training data set in order to collect from that. For that purpose, they are
Okay,
asking, sir.
okay. That data set, yes, yes. So when we talk about any kind of medical data set, so that is a challenging task. But like some data set can be available in the Kaggle, that is a platform over there. We can get a lot of medical data. And another one is you can contact your, like when you are going to get realistic data set, you can believe on that. So you have to approach near about hospital like PGI and all that, and you can make a tie up with those hospitals so that you can get realistic data. That is very important about the data accuracy and their quality of the data. when we are going to deploy your learning model on the data. But there are some website like Kaggle and all that, you can get plenty of data over there. That is also available. Yes, please. Further also, if there is any queries.
Nothing, sir. Nothing, sir. Shall we wind up the session, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Yuvraj, sir?
Thank you very much, sir, for your informative session on IoT applications in healthcare. You also shown real-time demo using Arduino, Tinkercad, Wokey, tools like that. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Gunashekaran, sir? Is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, it's audible, sir. Shall we start the session, sir?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yuvraj, sir? Can you give the intro?
Dr. T. Varadan, sir, just give a intro about our today's resource person.
So it gives me immense pleasure to introduce our resource person of this session, Dr. Gunashekaran Thangavi, working as a senior lecturer, ECE, Department of Engineering, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Muscat, Sultanate, Oman. Dr. Gunashekaran Thangavi received his BE degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Bharatiya University in the year of 2000 and completed ME degree in Communication Engineering from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Bitspilani, Rajasthan in 2003 and PhD from Anna University, Chennai in 2013. He has a total of 25 years of experience. He has more than 50 publications in reputed national and international journals, and national international conferences in the field of wireless communications, antenna design, and signal processing. And also, he having 5 patents. He is a professional member of ISTE and senior member of IEEE. His research interests includes wireless channel modeling, planning, antenna design for 5G and beyond, and bioelectromagnetism. We warmly welcoming Dr. Gunasen Tangavil to deliver this session. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, is my screen visible?
Yeah, visible, sir. Well, PPT is not visible, sir. Just a blank screen is visible.
Yes, yes. Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's loading, sir. Yeah, it's visible, sir. Clearly, it's visible.
Okay. Shall we start?
Yeah, you can start, sir.
Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to the session Integration of Fifth Generation Networks and Internet of Medical Things in Smart Healthcare. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, let us see the future of biosensors and wearable antenna technologies, especially for the biomedical applications. Here I'm focusing in 2 areas. The first one is with respect to the meta sensors for detecting some deficiency in the human body by means of biosensors. In electromagnetic perspective. And the second part, I'm going to explain about the antenna design for opportunities in the wearable IoTs. And I have divided this session into 5 areas. The first one is with the literature review. Second, with the terahertz metasurfaces and IoT wearable antennas. The third one is metamaterials and dielectric resonator properties, especially for the novel material applications in bioelectromagnetism, and how we can able to integrate the AI in the design of biosensors and antenna design optimization. And finally, we'll give some key research, emerging trends, and future directions. So let us highlight the literature review, what we have been done from 2022 to 2025. Thus, we have simply started designing a 5G enabled real-time patient monitoring system and emergency response. As a team, we have divided into 4 major groups. Group A is dealing with the Internet of Medical Things, which connects the wearables, implants, and remote medical devices, which enables the continuous healthcare and data collection. The second group deals with the massive device connectivity in 5G, which allows some type of integration to integrate thousands of sensors, wearables, and smart equipment. That is group 2. Group 3 dealing with the simulation environment optimization techniques with the AI. The last group and the fourth group, which is our group, we are dealing with the design and generation of bio antennas and biomedical sensors, and how we can able to integrate these antennas and IoT sensors with the 5G networks. So now my focus is towards the design and development of metasurface biosensors. We have 2 case studies which has been published in 2025, which enabled us to design some sort of antennas in prior designs. So those data is used to monitor a continuous monitor of healthcare and health management systems. So when this particular impact has been created with respect to the advantages of your 5G network. As a communication engineers, we all familiar when you are keep on increasing the frequency spectrum, we have to encounter a balance between the data rate and the coverage. Why 5G fails in broadband mobile communication system? The problem is the free space path loss. As we know, the free space path loss is function of distance and frequency. If the distance increases simultaneously with the frequency, for example, your 5G has operating in 2 band, one is FR1 and FR2. FR1 is sub 6 gigahertz, FR2 is millimeter wave spectrum. So for example, if you consider the millimeter wave of around 28 to say 300 gigahertz, that is FR2, these signals are highly attenuated and blocked by the free space equipment. So the coverage is very much minimum. That's why this 5G systems are needs of a lot of access points between the transmitter and the receiver. Especially in the critical Internet of Medical devices, remote surgery tools, and continuous monitoring systems, the most predominant requirement is ultra low latency communication, which is less than 1 millisecond, but this 5G promises to provide that ultra low latency communication. And it is not communicating with one device, it is communicating with massive connectivity. These antennas should support a massive machine type communication to connect thousands of sensors in hospitals and smart homes. So we need a high capacity multi-antenna arrays like MIMO, which will avoid us the congestion between the channels and the data. So redundant antenna paths and diversity techniques are needed to achieve this particular mission critical. The miniaturized and wearable antennas, especially the implants and patches, which need compact, flexible, biocompatible antenna. I will give you some example. The human body, which is a liquid environment, which is a dissipative medium. So these antennas to be insulated to avoid short circuits, oxidation, and corrosion caused by the surrounding medium. So how do you avoid this one when the medium is dissipative? These dissipative mediums always absorbs electromagnetic energy, sometimes partially, sometimes fully based on the frequency. Other than free space, like human body or liquids, these dissipative mediums provides a strong interaction of liquids or the muscles with the electromagnetic energy. So care must be taken to deal with this type of absorption in the electromagnetic energy. We call it as SCR, a specific absorption rate of the human body. When you are buying a mobile phone, you can check your booklet given along with the mobile phone. It has some SCR, the specific absorption rate of the human body. Every country has its own standard. You look at TROI, the Telecommunication Regulatory Authority of India. It has given the range as 1.6 to 2 for head, then 0.9 to 1.6 or 1.8 for the body, which is measured watts per kilogram. So any of the bioelectromagnetic devices or sensors, antennas, we need to align this particular specific absorption rate. And now this WHO has given a strong instruction that or we can make it is a constraint for the researchers. We cannot implement these type of systems to the animals before it is brought into the situation. So we have some simulation tools like the finite element method tools, which allows us to model the whole system under test. We call it as a digital twin approach. And we can able to modify the system design based on your requirement, and you can test your smart devices through simulation. So the first and second research, what we have done for the last 2-3 years, and it has been published, is testing this particular SER phenomenon under 5G systems with a digital twin approach. And the second part of this presentation covers the energy efficient antenna design for low power antennas, especially for battery operated implants and wearables like your pacemakers. These techniques and energy harvesting antennas, we need an optimized matching network. That is one of the challenging parameter in the dispersive medium, as I mentioned earlier. So these antennas also must comply with the specific absorption rate limits of the human body. So you have to choose a safe dielectric material and low profile designs to reduce the tissue heating. That was the another parameter. As we know, higher the dielectric constant, higher the epsilon r, which degrades the antenna performance, but size of the antenna is very small. In the meantime, the dielectric constant, if we choose as low as possible, the size of the antenna is increased, but the performance of your antenna in terms of VSWR, SCR is optimized. So, keeping all these things in mind, let us start to review the parameters which are affecting the significant improvements in the biosensing, especially in the biomedical sensors operating at very high frequencies in the order of 2 terahertz regions, and how this electromagnetic spectrum is interacting and how the electric field is interacting with the tissues and providing an accurate measurement in terms of certain applications. So this was the first and second part of my presentation. Let us move to the first topic. We have two research. One is a more resolved hemoglobin detection operating at terahertz metasurface medium. So our focus is only to study the electromagnetic interaction of the muscles with the data what you have been interacting with it. So here we have chosen a dual band terahertz metasurface, which achieves 450 gigahertz per RIU. One of the performance metrics for the biogen sensors are RIU, refractive index unit. So this RIU sensitivity, which is helping us to design this hemoglobin detection. So the literature says that if you select the metasurfaces, which is of ultra thin arrays of sub-wavelength resonators, which has been giving a lot of light matter interactions with the nanoscale. The problem in biomedical sensing applications, these metasurfaces can selectively interact with the target which we choose for analyzing the detection. So care must be taken to design these type of dedicated metasensors, especially for the hemoglobin screening. And to overcome the limitations, we need a more accurate and cost-effective solution in terms of a biosensor by integrating advanced nanomaterials with optimized sensing mechanism. So we have another team which is working with this bioprecise measurement hemoglobin levels with the hospitals close to the high-end research laboratories. Our part is only to design the shape of the material and the SNR, especially the electromagnetic interaction with the tissues or electromagnetic interaction in the dispersion medium, and how these electric fields affects the specific absorption rate of the body. So there are many patterns through research or through literature you can identify. Rectangular elements are statically arranged to form either a T or F. First we have developed a T1 only, the upper surface. Then we have tested the electromagnetic interaction with the tissues. Then we have done F shape separately. It looks like normal microstrip antenna design. The same concept is applied here, but the materials and the dielectric substrates are taken in terms of nanometer thickness. Since the frequency range what we have considered is in terms of 0.34 nanometer thick, so care must be taken to assign this resonator characteristics. And why we have chosen terahertz frequency range in the proposed design? The spatial configurations and the geometries are very good at this terahertz frequencies. The first work we considered 450 gigahertz per RU. The second work we considered 500, 550, and 650. With the resonance surfaces are adjustable to the surface conductivity. Since this surface conductivity allows the skin depth or depth of penetration of the electromagnetic waves in the dispersive medium, which gives the direct measurement of absorption of this particular energy in the human body. So this was some of the design parameters and material parameters of the proposed sensor. As I told you, we chosen a rectangular resonator with 9L cross 1.2, that is length and width with the material of silver. You know the waveguide. We have three basic modes from the fundamental frequency. One is the dominant mode, the other one is evanescent mode, the third one is higher order mode. Normally these evanescent modes at microwave frequencies, the refractive index unit goes more than 400 to 450 gigahertz per RAU, which clearly indicates that the waveguide interacting or the wave interacting with the metallic surfaces reduces the speed of the electromagnetic wave inside it. Normally, if you accelerate or decelerate, either you increase the speed or decrease the speed, there is a possibility of transferring the electromagnetic energy on the mode of the object. If the mode jumping is between the dominant mode to the higher order modes, you will miss the resonance, so that the field enhancement fails. So what we have to do here, we need some arrangement which facilitates the robust resonance characteristics and increase the sensitivity in the terahertz domain, especially for the biosensor. So the nominal characteristics of this particular process follows the same steps of fabricating your normal monolithographic integrated circuit. But here the figure of merit is not considered in terms of IC parameters. The figure of merit has to be considered in terms of RIU. That is the refractive index unit, which uses the extracting the features of the characterization of the proposed sensor. The next parameter when we consider this rectangular resonator is the Q point. This Q point exhibits a marginal detection limit. If you choose very high Q point, there will be a minimal reduction in the sharpness of the resonance, as we proved in the research. And the detection resolution remains relatively stable when you have a high Q factor. In rectangular waveguide, we know that if the sensitivity ratio is going from 0.02 to 0.031, which is the standard for rectangular waveguide domain, This significance improved precision despite of the reduction in the sensitivity. So care must be taken to choose the resonator configurations to maintain the coupling and sensing sensitivity. That's why we propose the combination of T and F shaped layout. Thorough research has been done by choosing so many modules through the fractal antenna configurations. We know that the Hilbert transforms. So the same concept is utilized here, but not directly with the 90-degree or 180-degree phase shifts. We have been changing the phase according to the detection accuracy and according to the factor which is helping us to elevate the refractive indices with respect to the given frequency band. So here we are choosing two frequency of operation. One is the modes swing between 30 gigahertz to 40 gigahertz. So we are keeping this accuracy with respect to the T and F shaped layout. And the substrate material, the central square base is chosen with the graphene, and the substrate dielectric material is SiO2. So why we have chosen this? The structural support and transparency in the terahertz. The literature has been given clearly about it. And as I mentioned, the quality factor, here you can look at the quality factor for value 1 to value 4. It is optimized with this machine learning algorithm. And we are focusing the value 2, which is 450 gigahertz per RIU, which gives the refractive index 0.36, will provide an optimal results with the given SNR and the absorption ratio of the human body. So this is the electric field distribution of the proposed sensor at 3 frequencies, at 1 terahertz, 1.1 terahertz, and 1.2 terahertz. You can look at that, the clear relationship between the resonance and the change in refractive index. Here, the red line indicates the higher electric field measured in volts per meter. As we know, the boundary conditions always plays vital role in the electromagnetic integration. If the medium is two perfect dielectrics, we know that the electric field lines, which are all tangential, which is parallel between the boundary, is continuous across, meaning the medium 1 and medium 2 have the same amount of electromagnetic energy coupled from the sensing material to the tissue which you are testing. So in the dispersive medium, how many layers you are considering? Your skin, muscle, fat, like you have different layers with the dielectric substrate phenomenon. So here you have variance in the dielectric parameters with the boundaries. So within 1 micrometer thickness, 2 micrometer thickness, 3 micrometer thickness, 4 micrometer thickness, you might have 3 to 4 boundaries. So the epsilon R1, the dielectric constant of the first boundary and the second boundary is different, meaning that the energy will be continuous. In the meantime, the electric flux which is moving away from the surfaces are dissipative, meaning it starts to scatter around the body. So this creates a rise in the refractive index, and we know light is an electromagnetic energy. So the optical path length, which creates a reduction in the resonant frequency. Therefore, we have to move this shift in the absorption spectrum. This was the major problem when the field and the matter interaction within the metasurface. So this is the one of the validity which is suitable for refractive index based hemoglobin detection. So with the help of clinical reports and the database, we understand that these electromagnetic frequency ranges at a range of say 1 into 10 power 8 to 0.1 into 10 power 8. So this is the least value. And we have been concentrating the huge electromagnetic spectrum, that is electromagnetic field distribution across the distributed element system, which covers almost 2 to 3 layers and which aligns the optimal structural dimensions. Therefore, for maximizing this surface resonance, and the terahertz wave interaction, we need to modify the structure what we have been given here in the previous one with the T-shaped and F-shaped layout. So keeping this particular considerations in mind, we need to modify the angle of incidence from the normal to oblique angles, since the substrate material is considered as only one SiO2, but the optical path which is passing through the rectangular resonators with the surface and within the waveguide, which interacts with the resolution parameters, which will be helping us to calculate this NI-RIU. So this was the first phenomenon, and our study presents a terahertz metasurface biosensors, as I mentioned, this T and F-shaped silver-coated resonator, which enhances the electromagnetic field confinement and resonance coupling, and it achieves a dual terahertz band, as I mentioned, 30 and 40 gigahertz. And this is tunable, so you can tune according to the real-time performances by suppressing the noise and maintaining the real-time performances. Since your 5G, that is your millimeter wave spectrum up to 300 gigahertz, is providing less than 1 millisecond as promising latency. And here we got less than 5 millisecond latency, but the problem is these metasurface driven EM field which controls in the advanced biosensing. This was the conclusion when we demonstrating the critical role of this metasurface driven electromagnetic field confinement within the material. The second work, which deals with same terahertz detection, we are using a 2D material. And here we are considering the frequency range 0.805 terahertz. Okay, and the quality factor is between 3.376 to 3.435. And we have demonstrated the maximum sensitivity at 500 gigahertz per RIU. And the angle of incidence we have considered is 0 degree and 80 degree within the boundary, and which maintains the consistent electromagnetic field localization and sensor performance. Now, what we have done here is we modified the material with respect to SRTiO3, which is something called as a material which will be having a least dielectric constant. So we do not consider the sensitivity with respect to the sensor parameter. We only concentrating on the parameter of electromagnetic performance. So the characterization is based on the surface Plasmon resonance, and we used the same finite element methods with the COMSOL multiphysics tool to develop this particular model. Here, this localized surface Plasmon resonance technique affects the functionalization of this particular material for dopamine test. That was the second work. So the main reason here, the same resonator, the main resonator we are considering here. Here we are considering a monolayer graphite. Unlike the previous case, we consider with SiO2 along with a silver, then coated with the graphite. Here we have only the potential conductivity of the medium with respect to the sensor's optical response. So the complete resonator array is mounted on a silicon dioxide substrate. Okay, why we have chosen the same silicon dioxide substrate? For its low optical loss and compatibility with various fabrication techniques, as I mentioned, which provides a stable and inert platform for sensor operation. Now let us evaluate the electric field phenomenon when you are operating this material with enhancing field confinement and sensitivity, which provides a tunable surface conductivity at the optical layer. You can see here the electric field distribution and the main substrate site. It's confined with the maximum absorption resonant frequency of 0.85 terahertz. So, which shows the graph C, the figure C, which shows the a strong field confinement and maximum absorption, and the resonant frequency of 0.85. You could see the value, which is 1.3 into 10 power 9. So this was the maximum value when you got here in the graphene substrate with metallic field confinement with respect to 1 into 10 power 8 or 1.5 into 10 power 8. So this was the low loss optical platform. So we changed this T and F into an array based form. So this structural support helps us for large central resonator, the large central resonator, which will avoid the boundaries to maintain a constant electromagnetic interaction between medium 1 to medium 2. So this circular ring structure, which always supports the split ring layers, which boosts the plasmonic coupling of electromagnetic energy and reduces the reflection parameter. The major problem with this medium is the conductivity of the material. So when the conductor is placed in a dispersive medium, which creates a non-stabilized layers, which will be creating a non-uniformity in the alignment of electromagnetic measurement. So we have to concentrate on the electromagnetic field validation during the resonance shift at first layer to the second layer or second layer to the third layer, which needs a huge microfluid injection in the spectrometry setup. Therefore, the refractive index sensitivity testing has to be conducted each layer with 0.1 micron thickness to 0.85 micron thickness, which is between the two dielectric coating channel for enhanced permittivity, so that the materials what we are choosing for maintaining the guiding structures, either it is rectangular or circular resonator area, so which will be giving a smooth preparation of free substrate layers. So this was the one of the major criterion for electromagnetic field confinement, which reliable performance across the geometries and the clinical conditions. And the second parameter, which will be detecting with multiple neurotransmitters, which benefits advanced neurochemical diagnostics. This is the future constraint when you have a more frequency shift. We consider only dual band shifting with the resonance plasmonic effect. If you're leveraging this enhancement electromagnetic field distribution with the tunable conductivity, you have to consider at least 3 to 4 shifts between layer 1 to layer 4. So this was the second constraint with the interface layer. Now let us move to the second part, which is the wearable antennas in the IoT. So here in the sensors, which is directly giving the electric field confinement, you can measure the values at each layer and you can predict based on the thickness or based on the flow of the electromagnetic field within the regions. When you come to monitoring section, so you need to transmit these data, these biological informations to the nearby access points or to the femtocells or with the carrier aggregation. Since we cannot use the non-standard characterization parameters or similar broadband antenna techniques what we are using for the MIMO or other constraints for the cellular mobile communication. This communication is entirely different with the human bodies. So for example, if you consider the implementation of on-chip antennas to the realization of monolithic ICs, we need not maintain the 50 ohm characteristics. So matching networks are not necessarily needed since your antenna is always along with the radiation pattern. So this radiation pattern strong interference due to the active circuitry on the chip, especially for the pacemakers. So now we are not only dealing with the pacemakers, we have to talk about the measurement techniques, and all these details are transmitted through the access points, biotelemetry systems with the 5G system. So as I mentioned, you need A large coverage means you need to keep a large access points due to the free space path loss with respect to the millimeter wave spectrum. And the third important parameter is we have to be concentrating on the specific absorption rate of the human body, which is measured as watts per kilogram. This is the second or the third predominant parameter with respect to the human body. So the integration of these particular IoTs and antennas to minimize electromagnetic interference and ensure efficient data transfer in dynamic environments. So let us check some 2-3 antenna shape, which will be helping us to address critical need for efficient and miniaturized antennas. Shall I talk? Hello?
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Can I proceed?
Yeah, proceed,
Any
sir.
doubt? Any doubt? Someone has interfering. So any doubt? Anything? You can ask me, please.
So
Shall I continue?
nothing. Yeah, you can continue, sir. Unknowingly, they will unmute themselves and then they speak, sir.
Okay. So the next one is the T-shaped metamaterial. As I shown in the first work, we consider the T-shaped metamaterial with the filtering resonators. So where this SRRs enables the miniaturization and improving the gain. For example, the return loss is around minus 35 dB. So we are aiming the gain as minus 10 dB for normal broadband wireless communication systems. But here, the antenna utilizes a non-woven materials. So that is like a wearable applications, like your smartwatch, or the antennas are within the coat or your jeans pant like. So those seamless integration into wearable technology, we have to compromise the user comfort or performance with the geometry of the antenna. So one of the research what we have been done in 2024, and it has been published in Wireless Personal Communication, we have chosen a dielectric resonator antenna, like a rectangular resonators, what we have considered in the sensing phenomenon. So we took a circularly polarized variable dielectric resonator antennas. So our proposed antenna, we follow the microstrip feeding line. The substrate material is jeans. Instead of selecting the conventional substrate materials, and the resonant frequency we have considered is 7.8. I will tell you why we have chosen this 7.8. And the return loss we obtained is minus 24 and with a gain of 9 dBi. So the proposed jeans substrate material with a dielectric constant 1.78 and the loss tangent is 0.085 and thickness of 0.6. The reason behind that is when we go with the FR1 frequency, that is the sub 6 gigahertz frequency, we have designed the antenna at 6.7 gigahertz. Okay, so based on the materials and based on the return loss what we have been considered with the given SCR, the antenna shift its frequency from 6.7 to 7.8 during simulation environment. So the return loss we expected is at 6.7 at S11. But due to the dispersive medium, what we have been considered when the wave enters with the different layers, you look at this, this is the dielectric resonator. This is the dielectric resonator, and this is the feeding. The red one is the feeding, and this is our T-shaped antenna. And you can see this dielectric resonator is simply comfort with the wearable, and the antenna may not be bent since ours is not a flexible system. So it is simply a copper material is running on the textile substrate. So due to that, there is a greater shift in the frequency, and the gain we managed to get is around 9 dBi, which is more than sufficient to communicate with the closest access point, either with the carrier aggregation or with the femtocells. So what we have considered is 6.7 in the theoretical design. During simulation, it has been shifted to 7.8. So what we have done, we considered again this 7.8. Then we modified our design from 6.7 to 6.8. So we have changed the dielectric constant, return loss, loss tangent, and the thickness, and also the width of the feeding line and width of the, what you can say, the patch. So then we started to design this antenna primarily in our laboratory for the WLAN applications with the peer control resonant frequency with a Q factor of around 14 to 23. And we found there is a transverse electric field and transverse magnetic field with higher order modes. You know, the modes theoretically for this dielectric resonators antennas are based on TE01 for the given del. This was theory. You can check any of the electromagnetic books, either Chaka or Sadikyu, they might have given this mode radiates like short horizontal magnetic dipole, or it behaves like a cylindrical dielectric resonator with the feeding vertical axis or horizontal axis. So our del is 0.085 for the given gene substrate material. You could see there is a greater shift when we fabricate this antenna and test it in the laboratory. And you can see the dimensions of the proposed wearable antenna, the height of the substrate, and width. This is the major dimensions, which is based on the inner parameters, which is moving with respect to the feeding line inside the dielectric resonator. And this will be concentrating in the 3 layers. As I mentioned, the 4 layers previously. Here we have modeled the 3 layers: skin, fat, and muscle, with a thickness of 1 mm, 2 mm, and 10 mm. And the corresponding epsilon r from the database, we got it. So that is 33, 4.7, and 45. You could see there is a difference in the epsilon r, and the conductivity is 5.9, 0.45, and 7.93. And the loss tangent, what we have assumed is 0.085 theoretically during the simulation. When it is coming to the tissue model, it will be maintaining 0.39, 0.21, and 0.388. So this scenario shifts the theoretical calculations into a new dimensions of the fabricated antenna. Look at the results, both measured and simulated in the free space environment and on-body environment. The first graph, which shows the antenna, which is tested in the free space environment. Okay. When we do this one with the related work, so there are so many people, they designed a multi-headed starfish-shaped multi-band antenna, and a different multi-layer, 7-layer or 9-layer microstrip antennas. That is for satellite communication or some other radar communication applications. Now we are in the design of these things in the wearables. So we cannot assume the slots what they have been provided in their system, and it is practically fits like satellite, spacecraft, and WLAN applications. So the conventional modulations or conventional modifications may not help us to this particular matching environment. So what we have been analyzing, okay, with respect to the proposed material, the first one, we have to take the fabrication ability to excite different modes due to the proximity, which is difficult to get the different dielectrics. So you look at that, when it is given in the free space, it is behaving excellently with the designed frequency around 7.8. Both measured and simulation results are perfectly fitting with the return loss of around minus 40 dB. But when you come into the on-body, both measured and the simulation, you could see there is a 2-layer performance. That is, it is having 2 different frequencies. One is at around 6.5, another one is around 7.8. So we need only this one. So how do you filter out or remove this particular return loss in the axial ratio? So care must be taken to simulate the return loss again by modifying the parameters with the circular polarization. Why we need circular polarization? Since the dispersive medium, the electromagnetic signal is polarized with the 2 electrical components. One is along the vertical axis, another is along the horizontal axis. So we cannot design a simple microstrip antenna here. So we need to manufacture compatible with integrated circuitry inside the layer. So the polarization must be inducing two electric field components at every point on the tissue. So what we have done, we just replaced this particular resonator and we have fitted with another resonator whose length is deviating from its resonance from 6.8 to 7.8. And we modified the distance from the surface of the resonator with the feeding line. Then we slightly changed the thickness of this width. So you can see the vertical width is more than the horizontal width. So this is a slight modification which we have been done, and we fitted like a practical environment and we have tested. And this antenna is providing a gain around 6 dBi, that is 5 to 6 dBi at the locations validating at the measured and simulation body at the designed frequency around 7.8 to the 6.8, which we need to suppress this particular band. And the return loss, see here, it is maintaining around 40 dBi in the free space condition. When you make a digital twin which is operating with this particular on body, the return loss is reduced from minus 40 to minus 25. So there is a significant loss, but minus 10 dB and more is suitable for applications like satellite or cellular mobile. It is a human body. So if you sacrifice this one from 40 to 25, this much amount of energy is reflected within the skin or the other layers like fat or the. So the unwanted, those areas as unwanted heated. So this will create an interference with the patient data with the sensors. So we need a suitable ALML or some artificial intelligence techniques enabled smart antennas to optimize these type of patient data with respect to the feeding mechanism and the gain. This was the second work which we have been done with this resonator antenna substrate. The next one, the last one, which is wearable T-shaped metamaterial microstrip patch antenna with the filtering resonator for Wi-Fi applications. First, we have been developed this antenna for Wi-Fi application. Then slowly we have modified this antenna by testing its SCR, okay, by changing the dimensions, and we have been fixing this antenna over here with the same gene substrate. That was the work now we are doing. But the previous work which we have been published is the wearable T-shaped metamaterial microstrip patch with the filtering in the backside, in the ground side. So the performance metrics such as reflection coefficient, antenna gain, and VSWR are evaluated. And the fabrication results I didn't shown here since the paper is under review. So I have shown the simulation results since the draft and the earlier version of this one is published in Journal of Electrical Systems. You could see the wearable T-shaped metamaterial microstrip patch. The current distribution, you can see the surface current. Okay, so you will understand with respect to the boundaries. Okay, wherever you have there is a substrate, the current passing through this particular outer ring and current passing through the inner link. So this will definitely affects the total gain of the antenna, and all the power is confined within the filtering resonators. Unlike this particular model, here the electromagnetic energy is leakaging, so the energy may go with the three layers like skin to fat to muscle. So for Wi-Fi applications, we measured the SCR, which exceeds 10 grams of tissue, falling within the acceptable limits. But you could see the weight which we have been considered in the previous work. Look at this, the thickness is 1 mm, the thickness is 2 mm, and the thickness is 10 mm. So what we need to do this performance measures, the shift in the reflection coefficient from minus 40 dB to minus 20 dB at the designed value of 5 gigahertz. Why we have chosen 5 gigahertz? Since we are selecting the Wi-Fi application initially, and the antenna has to be tested when it is fixed in the pocket or it is connected with your smartwatch for direct call attending, or sometimes we have to deal with the dielectric property of the textile materials which impact the performance of this particular wearable antennas. Now, based on the literature, we have been shifting this particular phenomenon. We have included this split ring resonators instead of as sharp rectangular resonator. We find that this particular circular ring patch notched characteristics will provide an excellent characteristics in terms of return loss and the gain. Even the SCR, okay, as helping us to identify the human body effect and the environmental effect using the vector network analyzer. So as we have chosen the T-shaped configuration, the length and the minimizing its overall size. So we have put a metamaterials filterings in the backside. So for feeding, the antenna employs a coaxial arrangement. Okay. Then the proposed antenna dimensions are provided here for your reference. And the corresponding current distribution, as I mentioned here, the return loss is, you can see at the designed frequency of 5 gigahertz. Okay, you can get up to minus 21 dB. And the VSWR at the same frequency, it is around 1.8. So this was the surface current distribution and the antenna gain. So we have simulated this particular antenna with a gain of around 7.99 dBA, almost 8 dBA, return loss of minus 21 dB. Now let us do the SAR method analysis. So this is the specific absorption rate value analysis of the proposed antenna at the arm, neck, and abdomen. You can see the return loss is minus 21 dB. This SCR signifies the rate at which the human body absorbs the energy from the electromagnetic radio frequency. To ensure safety, the threshold is given as 2 watts per kilogram based on TROI, Telecommunication Regulatory Authority of India, over 10 grams of tissue. This was the given standard. So on assessing this SCR for the proposed antenna, we need to check the placements. Okay, so you could see the arm, neck, abdomen, the simulated and measured reflection coefficient with our vector network analyzer in the laboratory. You could see the arm, the simulated SCR over 10 grams of tissue is 0.97 at a measured reflection coefficient of minus 22 dB. In the neck, it is 0.78 watts per kilogram with minus 28 dB return loss. And in the abdomen, it is 0.86. So we are maintaining below 2 watts per kilogram. So what we have been analyzed through this particular simulated results, which is closely matching the measured value, giving excellent impedance matching. So we are avoiding the major reflections in the dispersed medium. Then the fabrics which we are using with a 0.1 mm thickness copper sheet, and the antenna is suitable for fixing with the wearable applications. Since it is maintaining SCR values meeting safety thresholds over 10 grams of tissue. If you have a patient, so in your home, if you have a Wi-Fi, you can connect this antenna in the smartwatch. You can monitor the performance of the patient through your Wi-Fi itself, and it is not affecting the human body parts in relation with respect to the given SCR. So this was the study which indicates that the parameters not only be considered for seamless indoor coverage, when the patient is moving out, we need a suitable antenna technology to connect with the global wired networks instead of wireless networks. Either it may be a fixed wireless network or it may be a mobile wireless network. So where we have to concentrate on the MIMO. So we cannot use like this type of structures in the wearables. So we need an advanced technologies like multi-user or single-user MIMO based on the techniques which you are choosing for the wearables. Either it is in the smartwatch or in the jeans or in the fabric which you are putting in the shirt material. So like that, and these antennas having so many limitations. We have tested these antennas only in the laboratory environment. We didn't test these antennas in the real time, like wearing with a shirt or with a pant. Like, so where the foldability, the flexibility matters. So if the antenna, if you connect it here, if you made a bend over here, so first we made a small bend in the antenna design. Then the next second type, we removed this particular patch and then we put a single line PCB conductor, and this one will be fixed along with an intermediate resonator, which drastically reduce the performance of the antenna. So the limitations are the flexibility and the interference reduction and the device traffic, all these things to be taken into consideration when it is coming to the practical thing. So the third parameters which we need to consider is the fractals that will be a suitable antennas. Even though it is bent, these flexibilities may be giving a suitable Hilbert transformation wavelength. So that may be a suitable solution for these kind of models. So this was the suggestions we have made. And in future, how we can accelerate the optimization. So we can use AI algorithms which can rapidly iterate through the design parameters. As like instead of doing with CST or HFSS simulation with the materials, we can use some data which we have already in the model. So we can create a AI model which will be giving an optimum parameters like the SCR measurements or the antenna measurement parameters before simulation. And also we can use AI optimization for choosing materials. Here, as I mentioned, the jeans material which we have been chosen, arbitrarily we have chosen the jeans material with different characteristics like the dielectric constant, loss tangent. So we can have, this is one of the example, we can ask your AI to create a suitable substrate material to provide with all the possibilities starting from the antenna design, feeding mechanism, substrate, resonant frequency, and characteristics. So that may be one of the thing. And the second one is predictive performance modeling. As I mentioned, this digital twin approach. This is a suitable approach. Instead of testing your antennas with the human body, here, you know, we used knowingly, unknowingly, this was my hand. We have tested with myself and my batchmates, 3 members. So we 4 have been tested and to produce these results. Since the electromagnetic source, what we have been using is not creating such a harmful effect, so we can believe it. And our anechoic chamber is somewhat closely with the dispersive conditions. Imagine if we don't know the electromagnetic characteristics, if we test blindly, that is not advisable one. That was another limitation when we deal with this particular antenna measurements with the simulation environment. Therefore, accounting this body interactions, the material variations, we can use predictive performance modeling through digital twin approaches. The next one, in future, we may do autonomous design generation. The generative AI can propose novel antenna structures instead of your T-shape. You know how we brought this T-shape after so many iterations, so many designs we made with the simple microstrip line patch, and we used a circular resonator, then rectangular resonator, then we used L-shaped, H-shaped, so many shapes as I mentioned here. We tried with so many materials like this T-shaped and the hexagonal microstrip patch. Like we have been doing so much research for reducing the surface waves and the shape of the antenna. So we can ask the autonomous design generation. So it will miniaturize, it will give possible miniaturization and efficiency for wearable devices, and it can easily collaborate with the IoMT devices. So these 3 are the innovative solutions we have given The first one is a T-shaped metamaterial microstrip patch antenna. This work explores the integration of split ring resonators and achieving miniaturization without compromising the gain. The key contribution in our work is we have improved impedance matching. So we need not do anything like a thin or a thick surfaces. So this SCR analysis demonstrates its compatibility with wearable applications. The second one is hexagonal microstrip patch antenna. So here we impact of textile substrates and we have tested the antenna performance. And here the hexagonal design, why we have been chosen hexagonal design, it will be very easy to incorporate in the fabric. Instead of the other circular or rectangular shapes, this hexagonal may be bent in one side. There are already many bend in the hexagon, so the bending loss will not affect the impedance matching. So we can closely match the impedance with the given return loss characteristics. The last one, as I mentioned, the gene substrate circularly polarized TRA, the dielectric resonator antenna. You know, the circular polarization is always suitable for this type of fabrics. Even though one electric field component, it will be decomposed into 2-3 higher order modes within the resonator. That's why always cavity based models are suitable to analyze these type of antennas. So we can achieve a stable circular polarization or on-body friendly substrate, which is crucial for maintaining reliable communication. So these are all some of the AI roles in the wearable connectivity. One is cognitive antenna system, so which will give, as I mentioned, real time to optimize performance based user movement and environmental changes, especially when you are operating at 5G. Your access point is here. Okay, this is your access point. When you move away from the access point with respect to the distance, as I mentioned, this free space path loss is function of frequency, so 4 pi r by lambda, the whole square. Then if you replace lambda, then you will get simple formula 4 by f by c, which is velocity of light. So if you increase the distance as well as the frequency, then it will create a lot of environmental changes at this millimeter wave spectrum. Since the frequency is in the order of say 28 gigahertz, if you are doing with FR1, our design is only up to 7.8, that is up to 8 gigahertz in FR1. If you go with this millimeter wave band, you have to start with 28 gigahertz. You can allow to move up to 300 gigahertz. Imagine the frequency in the numerator, it is 300, for example. Then the free space path loss is very huge. And we don't know what about this SCR, which will be affecting the human body. Already the person is anemic if you are monitoring an elder one in the home. So we need some cognitive systems to optimize the user movement and the environmental changes. So we need a huge concentration in the antenna design. The next one is sensing network. The technologies for the sensing networks for interconnected wearable antennas. So when the physiological data collection changes and how many data you want to send at a time, you want to send only there is a change in variable or you want to continuously send the data. That also plays another role over here. Then bio-integrated antennas. This is biocompatible antennas as the first two work which we mentioned. The biosensors, which are always confined with this electromagnetic energy to send the sensing signals through the fields. So that is also another solution for high fidelity health diagnostics. The last one is self-healing antenna. I don't know how practical this is. The materials and designs that can autonomously repair minor damages. This was the most suitable one for future wearable devices, the self-healing antennas. So there are a lot of research still going on across the world in terms of the self-healing antennas and the materials, which will be useful for enhancing the smart healthcare with this technology improvement. These are all some of the references which have been used. So all the references are from our publications. The first one, this has been published in November 2025 in Sensors. And this is our second work, which is published, the first work on 25th June. Okay, this is on plasmonics. And this was our 2024 research. This has been 2 years work is published in Wireless Personal Communication Sensor. And this is the wearable T-shaped metamaterial only simulation we published in electrical systems, and now still we are working with the measured results. The paper is under publication, under review with IEEE access. And this is our chapter, multi-band slot microstrip antenna for wireless applications. This was done in the year 2022. This was the base for all this work. Okay, thank you for your attention. So as there is a quote I copied from the AI, we are excited about the future of AI and IoT, and I mentioned the self-healing antennas. So these advancements in wearable antennas will drive new possibilities, transforming how we connect and interact with the technology. Thank you so much for the opportunity. If you have any questions, clarifications, we'll discuss.
Dear participant, do you have any queries? You can unmute yourself and ask the queries to our resource person.
Hi, sir. May I have a question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, please proceed.
Sir, actually, so this is an one particular doubt regarding an one IoT device, sir. Sir, I
Yes,
have an one flat surface that is an human skin. So I really want to test the how the skin is doing every day. So
Result
maybe
போடுங்க.
it is getting.
Feedback link போடுங்க.
Hello.
yes, sir. Proceed. I didn't
Sorry,
get the
sir.
question. Please proceed.
So sorry, sir. So actually, so I just want to know and one device, sir. So because I'm searching in a lot of literature, so that's why I'm asking,
Okay.
sir. Um, uh, we are having a skin, sir. So skin is maybe the type of skin healthy or non-healthy, but we are
Okay.
focusing on one human skin. So which is have a chance of getting bulged or getting react with infection or something, sir. So, do we have any
Yes.
particular devices that can be detect the human skin bulging? Maybe the moment we capture with an image sensing or something like that, sir. Because so maybe we can take our eyes. So, can we place a one particular device that can detect the jaundice, something the yellowish layer in the sky, in the skin with type of lens or something? I like that. I really want to know if there is there any device that can
But up to my knowledge, there is no device so far. Since we have been come across with the different materials, especially for the skin analysis when we are doing SCR, we never get any devices like that. But there are some mechanism to identify the healthy skin or infected skin or bulgy skin like that based on the skin resistance. There are a lot of research paper available. You can check with uh, the biomedical journals. They have lot of even in the IEEE circuit systems. Last 2-3 months before, I read an article. The skin resistance plays vital role in the measurement of anemic or normal skin, and blood circulation within the skin and the fat muscle. So there are some mechanism available. I don't know is there any devices available to measure it or not. But you can use your COMSOL multiphysics or CST, HFSS, any of the tools. You can create a digital twin of your skin. That is very easy. So
okay,
like how
sir.
we are creating the SCR, like the human head, there are a lot of models available in HFSS. So you can simulate your skin instead of
Okay, sir.
finding a device. You can create a digital twin. That is very easy. The latest HFSS has an option to
Okay, sir.
model your skin or eyes. You said na the eye, the optical densities.
Yes, sir.
So you can get some data from the medical database for a normal skin, or you can go to any of these skin doctors. They have lot of
Okay,
pictures. So you can take those
okay,
pictures and you can create your own AI model.
okay,
Then ask your HFSS to create a digital twin for that. You can create your own
okay.
device and you can apply for patent.
Oh,
Yes, sir. So according to
Okay.
me, especially the skin
So,
resistance and the muscle radius, the skin resistance and muscle radius plays vital role in the bulging and absorbing the energy, electromagnetic energy.
okay, good. So, actually, I'm very much excited at the moment you speak about this wearable T-shaped meta material microchips. So
Yes.
even
Hello.
Participant
Hello.
having network issue, I think so, sir.
Probably. I didn't hear from him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's asking regularly, asking queries with the resource person, but he is having regularly having a network issue, sir.
But the question was very exciting and interesting. He was understood. He
behind
understood
this.
what